Okay, boys and girls, this some of you might recognize. All the credit to Brett Contreras, the glute guy. Way too many people walking around with no butt. Guys, I've seen it. Of course, you could never do that with your wives or significant others. But they tease guys all the time. They have no butt. Well, why is that? It's lifestyle issues. We won't go into all the details, but this is something that you can start in your living room by just doing no weight. You'd be surprised probably how atrophied your back end is. Now, I haven't done this for about 2 months because of our COVID situation. But since the people here that I share the gym with are gone, I have a place to myself. Okay, so I've warmed up with 135, 225, and 335 by 8. So we'll see what I can do. Now, I used to be pretty bad at this. Pretty bad. And we'll see how this 405 goes. So, okay, that was a solid 8 at 405. So, start in your living room with no weight. You can do it with your one leg at a time, which is much more difficult. And get started. Okay, sports fans, just wanted to show you this is what I did for 30 years for deadlifting. That's the advantages of the trap bar. I use this cambered bench bar. Back in the day, they called it a McDonald bar. After Mike McDonald, a big time bencher. And the advantage, of course, is that it clears your knees. So you don't get in all that bent over, where there's a tendency to maybe jam your back. So I'm just warming up with this. Again, I bought my trap bar in December, and I've just been using that. But just for fun, I wanted to see where I was at with this bar. So I'm warming up. I got, these are 55, so instead of 2 1/4, I got 245 on the bar right now. And so, of course, get some chalk. We can use chalk at our gym. Like I said before, if your gym doesn't allow chalk, what? Get another gym. Go somewhere else, please. Okay. So, check this baby out. Okay, that was puppy weight. Once again, chalk. And we've got 340 on the bar. I just went up, put a couple of 2.5s on there to match up with the 340 that's required to max the new Army combat physical fitness test, combat readiness test, whatever. So yeah, I'm just seeing what I can do with this bar after a couple of months and just using my new cheapy trap bar. So far it feels like I haven't left off at all. So yeah, let's just warm up with this and then go a little bit farther. Okay, 340 for 5 was easy. So I'll go up. If you notice, I'm doing this with a pronated grip. Years ago, I stopped doing it over and under because I just didn't trust pulling cattywampus as I got older. So what I've always done was with this bar is basically as you get heavier, it wants to twist out of your hands. And you got to do pinch grips, which I think is ridiculous. Just never was into wrecking my thumbs. So, excuse me, I got to catch my breath a little bit. So what I do is go up there and measure it at 405 and see how strong I am. If I'm kind of off, 1 might be it. 2's kind of average. 3's good. If I can do 4 reps with this at 405 with a pronated grip after laying off all this time with this particular thing, I'll know that the gripping the trap bar is actually doing something for my grip. So let's see how this thing goes at 405. Okay, we got 405 on the bar, and we'll see how many times I can pick it up or how many reps I can do without it spinning out of my hand. And the grip is going to be the limiting factor. What I would do is kind of test my overall strength based on my grip. It would pretty accurately predict what I felt like doing that day. And then what I do is for when I was heavier than 405, then I do straps rather than the over and under, which I did in the early years, and pinch grips and that sort of thing. I just decided to use it. Grip's part of your strength, so what can I hang on to without any special thing, you know, like John Daly, the golfer, used to just grip it and rip it. So we'll see. And I'll get rid of those. And oh yeah, of course, this is getting up there where probably I shouldn't be doing it at 66 years old, but it's too much fun. But this is maybe a young guy's weight, so I gotta put the hat on so that it doesn't work anymore in the sun. Still haven't figured that out. Nobody's ever told me what is so great about doing it like this. But so be it. If it makes you strong, I'm all in. Okay. Another problem is that it's not, when you get it inside here, it's not on the knurling, which doesn't help the grip very much, because that's where your grip is. That's inside on the smooth part. But like I said, it's a test. Okay, you might say, and on the 4th one, it was kind of getting away on me. It's kind of starting to lose more, but I'm pretty happy with that. It goes to show that the parallel grip on the trap bar seems to be helping. Okay, let's transition to the trap bar, which again, I think I got it just a little bit before Christmas, right around Christmas. And then in my hopes to get my dear wife of 43 years back into it. I mean, she was pretty strong back in the day and was a much better power lifter. In fact, her 7th contest, she took 2nd at nationals. But then some guy kept getting her pregnant and that kind of ended that. But anyway, I got these bars welded on because she's only 5'2" and it gets the standard 25-inch on center handles get pretty far out. And so I had for 40 bucks, I had these welded on there. And these are 19.5 inches on center. So I go both ways, but I do have enough room to use the narrow handles. So I don't know if you can see that pretty good, but here's 19.5 inches and here's 25.5. And what I did then is put a little duct tape right in the center where I can orientate my grip, because as you get heavier, anybody who's used these kind of bars, they want to tip forward or tip back. So it gets more and more critical as you get heavier to be perfectly balanced. So let's warm up with this. What it is now with these on there, it's gone from 50 pounds. These added another 6 pounds. So my bar now weighs 56 pounds. These are nominally 90. One Fit Wonders are actually just a hair more, but within a 1 or 2%. And so got 146 on here just for a little warmer. Of course, I was doing that other bar, so I don't have to take a whole lot of time with this. I just love picking heavy shit up. Okay, sports fans, it's getting on towards 8:30, getting a little late in the day. So I'm gonna rep out this. I got 346 on the bar. To get any heavier in this, I've got to use my steel plates, which eventually there'll be videos of that. I've got some, I just got to put them together. But the two of those weigh 202 pounds together, so I can get more on this little short bar. But with 245s and a 55, it's already hanging over the edge. So again, it's the exact weight on here is actually 347. So a little bit more than what's required, the 340 for the Army Combat Readiness test. Not gonna lie, 340 for 3 is not much of a problem for me. I probably see some videos eventually where these inner tubes, if you can't use chalk, if you have to belong to one of those gyms where they don't allow chalk, these things just thin emerton, like from bicycles, work really well. They protect your hand a little bit. I still like chalk better if you're hanging on to it for a long time. The chalk, it hurts a little more, but I think it still feels solid. You're, right up against the bar. So again, get rid of those. Some of you don't have a choice, but again, doesn't allow chalk. You can always clean it up, So, yeah, we'll just see this, how this goes. My heart rate monitor was, I'm kind of curious about how this is going to go. This is kind of my running, sprinting. Not much into long distance running. So, I'll see if that hangs in there. Oh yeah. The strong position. And let's do a few reps. 347. 154. Well, excuse me. Might have to take a break here. Whew. Okay, trap bar deadlift, that was 347, 420. And I went back and counted, looked at it, and it was in 54 seconds. So that's kind of my thing, to see if I can do it in a minute. Maybe some of you young studs want to try that. Kind of a, you know, if you're in the military, especially if you're SF or anything like that, you might want to kind of estimate like a bug out speed. I don't know, it might be more applicable than running 2 miles. If you're really studly, you might see how many you can do that 340 in 2 minutes, like the old, you know, like the push-up test and such things are. But yeah, you can see that that the collars fell off. It just barely goes. Again, it's a max, pretty much the max weight. It's a disadvantage of the cheap, you know, the plus minus $100 bars. But if you got steel plates, you can get more on. Most people, if you can just get up to that 340, that's all you're going to need anyway. Otherwise, it starts getting pretty expensive. You get, you know, with the longer ones, it's a lot more to ship. You're talking probably minimum of, I don't know if I've seen one for less than 240 bucks. So anyway, that's it for deadlifting today, and see you next time. Okay, let's finish off with some leg talks. Again, it's a event for the Army combat readiness test. So I think my hat, regardless, will just fall off anyway. So let's see what we can do here. Point 2. Okay. Kind of a normal amount at the end of the workout. So, boy, that'll get you up and puffing too. Heart rates get up over 120. Okay.